Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2019 album review. And today we're going to be looking into the new album from the band Rotting Christ entitled The Heretics, which came out today through Season of Mist Records. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Rotting Christ, they're a extreme metal band hailing all the way from Athens, Greece. They've been around since 1987. And I discovered Rotting Christ about probably around 2015, late 2015 or so. I first saw them on the Black Metal Warfare tour with Mayhem and Watain, and I was immediately impressed. And I do enjoy some of their albums. I have a few of their albums in my collection. And they've putting out their albums since their very first album, which came out in '93, called Thy Mighty Contract, which I also own. And Rotting Christ kind of like cross over into different genres, more like extreme metal, but they also have a little bit of a black metal vibe to them, and also sort of gothic metal, which I guess. And this new album is the follow-up to their previous album, which came out in 2016, which is called Rituals, which I thought was a pretty good album. But the question to ask, does this album top Rituals? In my honest opinion, I think it definitely has. I feel like with the Heretics, it's kind of like different from that. They kind of like experiment with different stuff, whether it be with choirs, different vocal styles, all that different everything. Production on this album is really great. Everything's where it needs to be. The vocal work from, what can I say about Sakis Tolis, one of the founding members. He has like that really gruffy type vocals and just really just insane. And his guitar playing, as well as their other guitar player, George Emanuel's guitar are just really just great. The bass playing wise, Vaglis Karzis's bass is pretty heard well. I kind of wish it was kind of a little bit heard more in the mix. And the drumming from Themis Tolis, which is Sakis's brother, is really pretty good. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now it starts off with the song In the Name of God, which starts the album with sort of like the signature Rotting Christ style of like melodic riffing, and the band sort of like crafts sort of like a very eerie atmosphere, and sort of like the track, thanks to sort of like the choral arrangement that brilliantly contrasts to Sakis's harsh vocals. Next song in here is Vetri Sali, which this has like a little guest appearance from a female vocalist named Irina Zabina, as she sort of like sings a very soaring melody to the chorus, and this musically is just black metal sounding. It just creates sort of like the atmosphere and a very grandiose sound. And the narrated sermons continue to provide an almost inspirational phases and quotations, creating the feeling that this could kind of be a concept album. Next song on here is Heaven and Hell and Fire, which sort of like channels Milton's Paradise Lost with sort of like quotes from like the poem, was sort of like interspersed with sort of like a blackened, elegant aggression, almost kind of like Iron Maiden-esque melodies, and sort of like an utterly jaw-dropping solo. Blech. And speaking of Maiden, we get to Hallowed Be Thy Name, which this is not an Iron Maiden cover. Sorry if any Maiden fans are watching this or end up being disappointed, but it's not a cover. But it's a pretty good song. It includes some very good choral sections for added effect and atmosphere, and it provides an almost Gregorian chant feeling. Dies Irae, which incorporates some blasts beneath sort of like a choral vocal arrangement worthy of cathedrals. For a Greek band as intellectual and psychological as Rotting Christ, growing up in sort of like the crucible Western civilization has sort of like a massive effect on their writing. You could definitely tell with this song. And the weight of ages, sort of like enlightenment, seems to decorate their music as if not far from their minds when they create it. Next song is called I Believe, which kind of like is like a throwback to like their like Rotting Christ's early black metal sound. It's a pretty good song. I like it. Kind of reminds me of stuff from like Thy Mighty Contract, in my opinion. Pretty good. Next song on the album is called Fire, God, and Fear, which in my opinion, this may be the best track on the whole album, and it gives you everything Rotting Christ has to offer. Darkened atmospheres and riffs that build up to a really great guitar solo, and once more, the overall tempo of the song is just pure perfection. The Voice of the Universe, another good song. I kind of dig it. The New Messiah, which unleashes like a killer mixture of like creepy clean vocals with like melodic riffing and weeping guitar leads to create one of the best tracks the band has ever written on here. Probably like my second favorite song on the album. And then the album closes with The Raven, which perfectly captures that sort of like Moonspell-esque alma mater vibe, but with the Rotting Christ signature guitar sound. Pretty good way to end the album. Now, overall, The Heretics by Rotting Christ is a pretty good album. It's kind of like adds some different stuff that Rotting Christ hasn't done before. So if I were to give this album a score, I'd probably give this probably an 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's my review of the new Rotting Christ album, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video, and keep it metal.